This interview's gonna be great.
Cheers
I'm excited.
To
Cheers
y'all.
to us. Thank you for participating. Anyone else got anything they want to say?
Me.
Of course, I'm honored. Yeah.
This is my first, like,
Appreciate
one-on-one
doing something.
podcast interview.
Yeah.
You know?
The Bronx needs it. They need to know about you.
Word.
You a gem.
Do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I gotta talk into it.
It's already recording, so you don't even know. All right, cool. Last Borough Standing. Speaking with Dot.
HitmakerDot.
You want to tell the people what part of the Bronx you're from?
Castle Hill.
Castle Hill.
Castle area.
Castle Hill. What do you do for a living?
Producer engineer.
So, what's the difference between a producer and an engineer?
Producer is really in the room, making the beat or giving the whole vibe of the room.
Yeah.
Making the beat and just helping the artist really create the whole vibe. And engineer, I feel like they just making that artist leveling like the frequencies and making sure everything is right.
Okay. I know. I'm obsessed.
This is fire.
OD. It's such a dressy shoe. I might wear it to brunch tomorrow. I gotta pick out my brunch fit.
You can do a lot with those.
I lied. I'm obsessed. So what made you want to become a producer or engineer? Like, how did that happen?
I had to find myself with music. It was just really upbringing, and I tried to rap at first, but I knew I loved music. Damn, it's fucking me because like, right. But like, I just knew I loved music, and I just had to find myself because I tried to rap before. I was watching my father. He was engineering. And he built a studio in the house. So he was just like I was around music. My cousins did music. My cousins in Belize.
Yeah.
They did music. They opened up like the drums and did all of that. So, but I know I had to find myself. I tried rapping before, but it didn't work out. I didn't like my voice.
You didn't like your voice?
Nah, I hated my voice.
Yeah.
I like my rap voice. I hated my voice. So I just knew I wanted to do music.
Yeah.
I had a family full of artists that did the rap. And they nice.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let me get the technical side.
Okay. So you said you're from Castle Hill.
Yeah.
Walk me through life growing up in Castle Hill. Like, how was that for you? Ghetto?
Like, yeah, I'm about to. Like, I'm trying to figure out a way that it was, growing up in the hood.
Yeah.
You go through your everyday trials and tribulations. Some days is good, some days is bad.
Yeah.
But
what were some of the pros and cons to growing up? Because you said some days were good and some days were bad. So what was the good days and what was the bad days? Like, for people who's not from Castle Hill, like, how would you describe growing up there?
See, so like even like my bad days, I could say I sat there and like I've gotten drunk before. I've dealt with like unnecessary drama. And then, the good days is probably when you just chilling and you actually playing basketball with your friends and you just having a regular, normal day. You know what I'm saying? But then there's also times where it's just like you become a product of your environment at a point before you just grow up mentally, and then like you the one that's, because you went through it, you end up doing certain things and you're not understanding what's going on. So it's like...
In your neighborhood, did you have like a favorite place or a safe haven or like a form of escapism to get away from certain bullshit?
Yeah, that was Kish Bay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was Kish
Bay? That was like the community center.
Okay.
That was like our community center.
What you used to do there?
Play basketball.
Yeah.
Play pool. Just run around. It was just like. Then again, like I said, you end up doing other things because you influence too at the same time as far as your peers going, and you feel like you want to fit in with certain people because you think this is what's cool, this is what's going on, like.
Yeah.
So it's like you get caught up in that, but then it's like, and I used to run around and jump people for no reason. After I got jumped, I'm dead serious. Like,
That's wild.
Running around, meeting up with people from the community center.
Yeah.
But you thinking it's cool, but you're not really not. Like, yo, this ain't it.
Yeah.
This is not what you do.
I hope no one watching this was jumped by Die. They gonna see this shit. They gonna be like, oh, he in Castle Hill. I'll pull it up.
This is when I was like 13.
Yeah.
I was 12, 13 years old.
Please forgive this man. He didn't know any better. So, did you go to school in Castle Hill?
I went to school in the Castle Soundview area.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Holy Cross.
Okay, so you went to Catholic school.
Yeah, it was a Catholic school.
Was it elementary school, middle school, high school?
I was there from 2nd grade till like when I graduated, 8th grade.
8th grade.
Yeah.
And then where'd you go to high school?
I went to White Plains.
What made you go from Castle Hill to White Plains for school?
It wasn't by choice.
Yeah.
My mother, like, you gotta
She
get
tried
up
to
out
get
of
you. Why? She didn't want you to go to school in Castle
A
Hill?
lot of distractions.
So she wanted to get you out of all of that by putting you in a school that was, I'm assuming, a more predominantly better school district, neighborhood.
Yeah. Now that I look at it,
Yeah.
like I didn't understand it then, but I understand now what she's doing. She did, rather, or what she's doing. Like,
you get why she did it, because now you're an adult, so you kind of see why. But at the time, as a kid, you were kind of like, damn, Mom, like, why you taking me?
It was a lot of distractions. So, like, I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
I could have got caught up in a bunch of shit that it wasn't supposed to be. Like, just me just trying to find myself.
Right.
So that also helped me find myself, too, just being around, you know, a bunch of YT
different
people.
environment. YT?
A bunch of YT people. You can cut this out if you want.
Nah, just cool. I don't know. If you were comfortable leaving it in there, I'll leave it in there. It's funny. So was there anyone from your school that was from Castle Hill or from the Bronx? Because
students were from the Bronx.
Okay.
Students were from, I wouldn't say no, nobody was from Castle Hill. I didn't meet anybody that was from Castle Hill. I didn't meet anybody that was really from, like, I met kids that were from, like, Co-op.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, probably like one person though.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'm gonna be real. Like, it was one person, my boy. But then he ended up moving up there too as well. You know. But other than that, it was just like kids was from country club. Like what is it?
The nice neighborhoods.
Yeah, like Riverdale, the nice neighborhoods and stuff like that.
Okay.
But also, there were some students from White Plains. They were from the projects of White Plains and stuff like that too.
Interesting.
So I met certain individuals that, like, but
did you feel like you had a connection, like being from Castle Hill, with the kids from the projects in White Plains, or was it still different? Because like the hood is the hood wherever you go. But
the hood is the hood.
Did you feel like
I feel like we gravitated to each other more because we know we were one of the few in that whole environment.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So you said your dad had a studio in the house.
Yeah.
Walk me through like how was that for you? Was that like the biggest push as to why you became an engineer and producer? Was it because of him and kind of seeing that, or like were there other elements?
That held like some type of influence behind why I chose to become a producer. I just knew it was like I loved music. I just had to figure out what about music I loved and I was comfortable with. Because, like, again, I tried rapping before, but I feel like that wasn't it wasn't my cup of tea. I couldn't get jiggy with it. So I had to figure it out. So that whole process, it was like when Hill got he got Sonar. I remember he was in Summer Youth
Who's Hill?
BL.
Who's B Hill? For the people that's watching, who's B Hill?
Oh, part of the 8. It's a family. We part of the 8. I'm the producer. Those one of the artists, Bigger, Just, Pax, and Pax. You know. So when B Hill got the Summer Youth, this is before, because again, we mentioned he got fired from Summer Youth.
How you got fired from Summer Youth, bro? You don't gotta answer that.
It was a conspiracy.
It was a conspiracy. They tried to get you out. Damn, that's
A
tough.
conspiracy in Summer Youth is crazy, right? But look, he got fired from Summer Yummy, but he saved up his checks and he actually went and was like, "Yo, let's get a studio."
Yeah.
So we kind of like fake crashed my pop space. We wasn't even inside the booth. Like, we was outside the booth. We had like a little corner. We had our little computer and shit like that he set up for us. And we had all the equipment.
Yeah.
And then from there, just like everything just started evolving with everything.
Okay.
I don't know what he's saying. But I had Rello here, the R&B artist I work with. He did his verse, so I understand what he's saying, obviously.
You talking about Heartbreak or something with the moon and that?
That's what, oh yeah, Half Moon. Yeah. I don't know nothing about what he's talking about. His name's Skrilla, Bigger, 7.
So I'm featuring him for a podcast, and their thoughts on gentrification, because that shit is starting. It's here. And I feel like the Bronx is the last borough.
That don't sound good.
So yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
It can gentrify.
They already started.
You want to talk?
They started. They already started, bro. They
The South Bronx over here? Yeah, because that's the closest.
So we can't sit there and say they're not going to gentrify it, bro. Shore Haven?
That was always.
No, it wasn't,
It's
bro.
not. Have you been to Haven?
Now it's worse. They got the ferry and everything right there, bro.
There's not that much people. The houses in Shore Haven is going to
Yeah, but that doesn't. But the people is gonna buy it, bro. Once them people buy it and all that, it's over. Nah, that's not true. It's not hot. Now it's about nigga right here,
West
everything
Harlem.
over here.
You don't think the west side of Harlem is gentrified? So what's your thoughts on it?
The ferry, we in the South
I spoke to
Bronx,
someone from
y'all.
Harlem 2 weeks ago.
Your energy is A1.
Yo,
Ah, thank you.
I'm telling you, bro, them niggas.
No, but
them
for
niggas
real,
is
like,
they are.
I want y'all to chime in, because this is the reason why I'm doing the podcast in the first place. I spoke to someone from Harlem literally 2 weeks ago and
Last
featured
Borough
her.
Standing. That's where it come from. They waiting. They already started infiltrating. It's not gonna be a 1, 2, 3 year thing, bro. They just gonna
I got
start
follow-up
infiltrating.
questions,
Yo, bro. Yo, Yaga. Who bought the block up right now? Who?
All right.
Yaga.
Hold on. Listen.
Who bought the block up?
Bengali.
It's the same, yo, bro. Dumb. I'm talking. It's the same shit, bro. It's going hand in hand.
So do y'all?
It's going hand in
You
hand.
think that's gentrification? Bengali people?
Yo, bro, it's gentrification, bro. No, yes it is, bro.
Just like Puerto Ricans, black.
They don't look at us like that. They don't look at us like the They
Purebred Africans.
don't even respect us. They don't.
If you want to be
You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, so now what I'm looking at it is like, yo, bro, fuck with them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, yo, bro. I see where their mindset is at, y'all. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I see it, bro. They gonna buy up the block, all that.
So we
It's
gonna
monopoly.
talk about
We gonna sit there, we gonna buy the whole block up.
But the question is, are we going to sit there and let them buy it up? Or are we going to be smart and get our shit?
But they're gonna rent it out back to us.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Bengali don't run out. That's why you say they're trying to get them out. What they're doing is they're bringing their family. If you look in those houses, look who come out. You don't have to see nobody but Bengalis. And what they do, they put their hands behind their back and they start.
So, going back into your upbringing and the journey that it took for you to end up into engineering, right? Was there anyone specific, besides your dad, because I know you said your dad. Actually, how did your dad influence, besides having an engineering studio in the house, like, was he an influence for you to become an engineer? Like, how did that kind of play out?
Nah, cause my father, it was definitely not no engineering anything. It was just more about morals. It wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't any of that.
Yeah.
It was just strictly like, yo, pick your pants up, don't say nigga, take your hat off in the house. This is how you up. Yes, no. Like when you walk in the house, you say good morning. It's times where people like my pops will walk. We be all chilling. You see how we chilling right here?
Yeah.
My pops will come in here.
Yeah.
Everybody be like, yo, say good evening.
Everybody just kind of straighten up.
It's people don't even know. Like, yo, say good evening. Say good evening. Yo, you gotta say good evening. You gotta say good evening. Like my pops would just sit there and he'll stand right here, like this. He stand right here like this.
His feet crossed.
Not even legs crossed. He's just standing like this.
Quiet. Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah.
The whole room is shut down.
He has that energy.
Yeah.
When he steps into a
The whole room
room.
shut down.
You know what's crazy?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
a lot of people that we know, like as we got older, they sit and tell like, yo, I really appreciate your pop.
facts.
You
Facts.
told me how to do it. You told me what to do and stuff.
And they needed that. Yeah.
Facts.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, cool. Did I ask you what sparked your interest into becoming an engineer? Did I ask you that? I feel like we spoke on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, change is the only constant. And I'm sure, like, there's a lot of changes that's happened with, like, the engineering and just technology in general. So how do you stay up to date with, like, the latest trends in engineering?
YouTube University.
I'm a proud student.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and just being like a fly on the wall, just learning from others.
Yeah.
Like, I soak up game. So, like, if I see something that is, like, it's interesting and it's just like, oh, I can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm soak that in. But, like, YouTube University is definitely, like...
Yeah. Same. When I started this podcast, I was definitely on YouTube. I was asking my friends that have podcasts on YouTube, and I was on TikTok too. A lot of people are using TikTok as a search engine.
Yo, TikTok.
So there's a lot of shit on there that you can learn.
TikTok. I ain't know TikTok was on that type of time.
Yeah. You got TikTok?
Yeah, I just downloaded it.
Yeah. It's
I'm getting into it. I'm not following.
Yeah.
I just like
you don't gotta make content, but you can literally use it to
whatever I want to look up.
Yo.
That's what I use it for, honestly.
I use it to look up all type of shit. Like, if I'm traveling and I want to know what black people are doing in a certain country, I'll be like, black lounges in Toronto or some shit. And it'll come up and I'll like check out the spaces, listen to the music, see the vibe on TikTok. And then I might add it to my itinerary, like, oh, I might check this place out. Or if I'm trying to like look up a recipe.
Like black people, you just like, you type in.
I need the culture. Yeah, I need the culture, of course, yeah. But yeah, literally, or black hairstyles, or black girls who have on a certain fit or a certain jacket. But when I go on TikTok, I can refine it more and like customize it to what I look like.
Specifically,
so I can say black blonde girls if I want it, my hair is blonde. Yeah. Black blonde girls with waves. I see what it looks like on other black girls and I'm like, all right, maybe I could do that color. Yeah. Or I look up certain nails, sneakers, just all type of different things. That's what I use TikTok for. And then like if I want to cook something and I really want to know like how it's gonna come out or the recipe, I go on TikTok for that too.
Yeah, I use TikTok. I'm like a chef.
Yeah?
Like
You be cooking?
I use TikTok though.
What's your favorite thing to?
My favorite thing to make? I'll make a mean baked mac and cheese.
Oh yeah? Do you?
Yeah, Yaga.
It's not dry?
Yaga. Nah, it's not.
You be using more than one cheese?
Yeah,
it's official?
Yeah,
you
my
be
shit,
doing it for Thanksgiving?
I ain't gonna lie. Alright, so look, right? I use about like a 4 cheese blend. Mm-hmm. Gotta get busy in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? Like 4 cheese blend is crazy, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even that.
He about to hit us with a butt.
It's not even that. I fucked up one time. That's right. On Thanksgiving, I bought the Mexican cheese.
Yo, to mess up mac and cheese on Thanksgiving Day is diabolical.
I ain't mess it up.
Diabolical.
This is behind the scenes before it got to the
So what
to the
happened?
table. The cheese didn't melt. It was burning.
It was like fake cheese.
It was fake cheese.
That's crazy.
Yo. Yeah, so it was like.
How you fix that?
I had to maneuver and, I had to
Run to the store real quick.
I had to scrape the top. Oh shit, this is not melting, it's burning. Had to get the right cheese and just maneuver.
Yeah.
But I made it happen, but that cheese didn't eat bad.
Damn, that's tough. I'm sorry to hear.
But I make a mean mac and cheese.
Yeah. I believe it.
From that.
I believe it. Okay. So going back to being an engineer and producer, what are some challenges that you encounter, and how do you overcome some of those obstacles? Like, what are some of those roadblocks?
As far as engineering or producing?
Both.
Or both?
Both.
Some of the challenges, you said, the roadblocks?
Yeah, challenges, obstacles, roadblocks, anything that, might be an obstacle.
Yeah, just, I'm trying to figure out a way to word it. It's,
Just say it.
finding that inspiration sometimes. I feel like with me, when it comes down to like engineering and producing and stuff like that, just like finding that inspiration. With putting both aside, like knowing when to utilize both, rather. You know what I'm saying? Because I engineer and I also produce.
Right.
I produce first, and then I engineer.
Yeah.
I have more fun producing.
So you
So
have
it's it's just like trying to find a balance
between both.
Yeah. Because it's like that's a battle right there in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so, I guess your creative process, what does that look like? You know what I mean? How people create music or art or whatever it is that they're creating, they have to have some type of inspiration. And you said that was kind of hard for you. So what do you do to kind of get that creative flow going?
work with the family.
Yeah. Bounce ideas off of each other.
Work with the family.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always just have to be from me just sparking up ideas or anything. It's just more just like, we all get in the studio. They're like, yo, Dad, what you think about this? I feel like this. So now I got more of a direction of what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's just also when I hear everything put together as one, the vocals and everything, it's all right, nah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what's up. Do you have any prominent artists that you've produced for?
Yeah, I work with a lot of artists. My first major placement, it was with Styles P and Davies.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was dope. My first. It was under Def Jam.
Yeah.
Then I started so now as far as producing and engineering, because I got stuff that I produce, but I also got stuff that I engineered. So I work with a bunch of artists. But my first, I know one of the highlights is me working with Styles P and Davies on the Def Jam.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? And then I work with artists like Designer and Casanova, DreamDoll. I work with a lot of artists the list goes on. I can't even think right now because I'm
but
just
those are just some off the dome.
It's but I work with a bunch of artists.
Okay, cool. When someone does come to you and they have a vision, how do you ensure that your work executes that vision? If any artist or rapper or whatever, they come to you and they say this is what I want to do. How do you ensure that your craft of work executes that to the best of its ability? Does that question make sense?
No, I get exactly what you're trying to say. But with me, honestly, personally, I have to be a fan of the art.
Elaborate.
I have to be a fan of your music. So it's not just you yo, this is what I see, this is what I want to do. It's not going to be like I have to really sit there and listen to it and just be like, because there's not a number that's gonna be put on there. Like, if I'm not a fan of your music, it's like I gotta see the vision of what's going on as far as everything, you know. So that's just like me producing. As far as engineering, I could make your vocals like I can make you sound how you want, but like production and everything is just like I have to be the fan of the art to work with you.
Obviously, you've worked and produced and engineered a lot of hip hop, but like, are there other genres that you produce for, and are those challenging within itself? Kind of juggle multiple types of music.
I've did urban Asian. That's like the Punjabi, Indian.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I did that before.
Yeah.
That was like I was working with an artist named Ranveer. So we did that, and I did like Spanish rap before, but I feel like the most where I like actually had my footprint was more like the Punjabi market.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Have you had like any challenges depending on those different type of genres, or is it just like the same ways if you were to produce for like a hip hop track?
No, you have to sit there and study. Like, at least for me, when I started working with the Indian artists, as far as the Punjabi artists, like I had to sit there and like really study the art, their art, and just understand how certain percussions were hitting. Just understanding like their culture.
Yeah.
And you have to put yourself in their shoes, and then you could actually create, because it's outside of what you're used to doing.
Right.
I was used to like doing R&B and like hip hop and pop and stuff like that, but for me to actually sit there and do like urban Asian music was like something definitely different. But I had to really study and learn it before I actually like dove into it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna go into my next question. So, you're from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx. I know we've noticed that gentrification is starting to happen out here. So what's your POV on it? What do you think is pros, cons? Be honest.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. So it's like,
I know.
It's like, damn, we gotta go back
This is
to
gonna
what
be
we
the
was
last.
talking about.
I know.
Nah,
but this is like the last part of the interview.
It's like, as far as the Bronx, I feel like, damn, it's
What? I guess. When did you start? Go ahead.
You said, what's my point of view on gentrification?
What's your point of view
right
on
now
it?
in the Bronx?
Yeah, in New York, in general, like the Bronx, New York, wherever. Like, what's your POV? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad? What are the pros and cons that you feel come with it?
I feel like one of the us as a community, we have to come together and start buying. Obviously, like if we don't want what's happening, but I don't know. But that's a heavy question.
When did you start to notice it happen in the Bronx? Like, what were little things that you started to see when you was like, oh snap, they coming?
I feel like that. Alright, so it's been happening over like at least like it's 5-6 years. I noticed it really.
Yeah.
When I started seeing like white people just being comfortable where in spots where we wouldn't even
go to.
Yeah, us.
Yeah.
We wouldn't like, nah, hold on, I'm not doing that. But they did.
Right.
You know, so it's just like and certain landmarks of what we used to seeing is changing. But it's not changing for the likes of like it's just changing.
It's not changing for us. It's changing for the people that are coming.
It's for the masses. It's for the, like you said, it's being gentrified. So it's like it's not really for us. You know, like we used to have them landmarks and stuff like that where it's just like, nah, this is a Bronx bodega or like a Bronx restaurant or like certain things like that. And
Mom and
like
pop shops, kinda.
the mommy and poppy shops. And those shits is being closed down right now because they getting thrown a number, or no, they probably being forced out. We don't know.
Yeah. Have you felt any personal, I guess, impacts from gentrification? Like, has it affected you in any way, shape, or form?
That's a good question.
I could give you some examples for me.
Please. Yeah.
So I went to high school in the South Bronx.
Okay.
Back when I was going to high school down there wasn't much down there. It was just the projects, a bodega, a pizza spot, a chicken spot.
Mm-hmm.
Now I go to the South Bronx and I'm in Motley Cafe having a whole latte with my laptop. Okay? So, in that regard, I kind of like some of the benefits that come with it. Like, there's certain amenities that I have access to that I would usually have to go to another borough to get.
Okay.
However, my problem with it is how much access, for how long am I going to have that access? When is it going to get to a point where I might not be able to afford to live in the Bronx anymore and then I have to leave and go somewhere else? You know what I mean? So, like, just little things like that, I'm just kind of like, I enjoy it, I see the good, but then I also see the negative. And then I also hear stories from people who are like, yeah, I lived in this building for mad long, my parents lived here forever. There's issues going on in my apartment, the landlord won't fix it. And they're like, you know, the landlord don't want to fix it because he's like, yo, like, if I get to leave, then the landlord's going to fix it, jack up the rent, and then rent it out to somebody else. So the displacement of it too is what I'm kind of seeing for myself and hearing about from other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those are my, like, some of my POV on it. Like, you know? And it also is a mixed bag because sometimes you give us nice things and we don't take care of it. That's why I'm kind of like conflicted. You know what I mean? So how are, like, do you have any?
I've seen it. I've seen it. Like, even being around here.
Yeah.
So I've seen it as far as what you're saying as far as not taking care of things. Because I see the whole buildings that they're building up now, and they got everything in there, from the gym, the YMCA, the basketball courts.
All the
Everything is in
amenities.
there.
Yeah.
Everything is in there.
Yeah.
But the way they treat the whole complex is like, they throwing shit out the window. They just, I'm talking about like trash is on
Heaps
top
of
of
trash.
trash,
Yeah.
on top of trash. Like,
Yeah.
so no, that's,
Yeah. I know it's a loaded question.
yeah, that's like
It is. And it's like, again, there's pros and cons to it, but do the pros outweigh the cons, or do the cons outweigh the pros for people like us? You know what I mean? All right. My last question for you is, when you hear the Last Borough Standing, what comes to mind?
yo, it's like, it's like, all right, hold on, because we could cut
And
this
everyone
shit
could
out.
chime in.